Hi guys, I'm Tony Hardwick. I'm the training manager at Innon, and today we're going to be looking at the Innon Quick REST API. This gives us a quick way of putting in a URL, an endpoint for various HTTP-based APIs, and get those quickly into Niagara so that we can use the data from them to work with our logic. We'll be using the Google Weather API. If you just do a search for Google Weather API, click on the first link that comes up, it should take you to this page. So what we'll be able to do with this is getting some outside air temperature, maybe humidity, maybe what the forecast is, and use that with Niagara. So if you go to Get Started with Google Maps Platform, and down the side here, we've got Make a Request, Get Current Conditions. This is what I'm going to work with, so it's going to get the current outside air temperature. And if you scroll down this page, so the Get Current Conditions, it quite quickly gives you an endpoint. So we can use this endpoint with our Quick API to very quickly get the data out of here. So what does that look like? Okay, so in the Quick API palette, what we've got is a single component. That's all you need. We do need somewhere to put it, so I'm going to make a new folder. Just going to call it weather. Okay. Drag that in there. Okay, so we're going to copy in from the Google Weather platform, Google Weather API. We need an endpoint, and that's what this is. There are some sections it wants us to fill in, like the latitude, the longitude, and the API key. We can do that. I'll just go for the location of our Epsom office. So latitude is this fella. Longitude is this fella, just copied straight from Google Maps. There we go. And then my API key, this is generated for your own account. Google Weather will make you set up an account to retrieve your API key. Mine. So I'm making use of a free trial. I've created myself a weather test project on this is Google's development cloud. It'll take you to all of these options. What I need is the API from here. So let's have a look at APIs and services. So I've got the weather API. I've got keys. So here I've got keys. Click on that. It'll tell me my platform API key. So this is basically how I can log in. I'm sorry, mine's actually tied to my IP address. So you won't be able to use the same one as I have here. But I can paste that in as my API key. There we go. Copy that code example, and then way back here, so back in my Quick API, I can paste that in, give that a save. One of the nice things about using the Google tools is that I shouldn't have any problems with the certificate. So action send request, waiting for response successfully passed. And then what the API will do is it will create for you down here a main folder, inside which it'll bring out all of the JSON that was returned from Google. So if I want to know what the current temperature is, there we go, it's in Celsius, degrees is 20.3, but I can quite easily just make a new numeric writable for that. Outside air temp. Link this, so do a link mark, just link mark the temperature, link from temperature. So I've got the Google Weather sending to the outside air temperature, degrees, because degrees is the one that actually has the value in it, and just send that into in16 or whatever you like. So now if I go to my outside air temperature, give it some correct facets, I've now got an outside air temperature point on my system that I can link and I can use in my logic. The Quick API will automatically update every 5 minutes to make sure this is up to date. And obviously the amount of data you're allowed to get from the endpoint and how your API works is down to that particular service. But as you can see, Google is reasonably quick. The only caveat is that setting up getting yourself a key, an API key, is not straightforward. You just have to follow through the website, Google Maps platform website in order to get that set up. It's reasonably straightforward, but it's outside of the scope of this introduction, obviously. Right. Thank you very much, guys. I'll do a more complex one on the UG65 soon, and I'll speak to you soon.